Hi friends, it's Jen from Jen's Extraordinary Life, and today we're going to take some little smokies and make them extra. Come on. All right, what I have got here is some little smokies. You can pick these up at your local grocer. These are by Hillshire Farms, but there's other brands that make the little sausages. They're just basically little smoked sausages. And we're going to make them two ways today. Two ways. One, I'm going to take these sweet Hawaiian crescents. Now you could just use regular crescent rolls, but let's feeling a little extra today. So we're going with sweet Hawaiian. And the other, I'm going to take bacon and wrap them. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and, this is a make ahead kind of deal. I'm going to go ahead and prep these and get them all lined up in a baking dish. And then tomorrow, I'm actually going to cook them just before we have our dinner. These will be an appetizer for everyone. And so I don't want to have to be in the kitchen while I'm waiting for everyone tomorrow. So I'm going to prep them in advance and they'll just be ready to go. So first, let's go with the crescent ones. These are my son's favorite, my baby son. I call him a baby, but he's 20 years old. And he's in college. And he's 6'2". So, but he's my baby. Anyway, I asked him what he wanted for an appetizer. And he said little smokies. He calls them pigs in a blanket. I think of pigs in a blanket as hot dogs with the crescents, but these are the baby pigs in a blanket. So my trick for the crescents is my pizza cutter. So I'm going to take my crescent rolls, wherever the end is. Here it is. You know this is going to pop and it's going to scare me, so I'm prepared. Every time. Okay. All right. All right, I'm going to roll this out. Now, you could get the baking or the crescent sheets, but for whatever reason, my store never seems to have the sheets. And when they do, it's more expensive. And all you gotta do is pinch together the creases. And guess what? Now it's a sheet. Easy peasy. You could take your rolling pin and do this, but I didn't get it out, so this is what we're doing. And basically, you're just going to cut little strips to roll these little smokies in. And I like to do an angle so it's kind of like a little crescent roll. How cute is that? All right, so we're just gonna do a ton of these. And I'm gonna do about half this package with these and half with bacon. I'm just gonna stick them all in this little pan here. There's that. Now, let me get some new mats. I love these mats. They are flexible. You can stick them in the dishwasher. They're from IKEA. You can get them on Amazon. I will put the link in the description. They're just so great because I love that you can just stick them in the dishwasher when you're finished. But then I'm just swapping out mats in between things instead of having to wash them while I'm in the middle of cooking. All right. You're going to use about 1/3 of a strip of bacon for each little smoky. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut my bacon. I'm just going to cut 1/3, one strip of it over here, and see how far this gets me. This is thick cut. It's actually great value. And you're just gonna wrap, that's all there is to it. Wrap that around there. And then when I go to cook them, I'll show you when I put them on the sheet tomorrow. But when I go to cook them, I am literally just gonna take some brown sugar and sprinkle it on top of these. You don't have to do that. You could get the maple bacon, and then it's kind of already like that. Or you could pour a little bit of, like just drizzle a little bit of maple syrup on these. If they don't like to stick to, you know, if it doesn't like to stay around the bacon, and it should, but if it does, the bacon doesn't like to stay around the little smoky, you could put toothpicks in these. I never do. They usually are fine. But it's an option if you're having trouble getting them to stay together. I love that I can prep these the day before, or, you know, even a couple of hours before or whatever, so that you're not doing this, you know, while you're trying to visit with people and everything. But you can have them ready and then just stick them in the oven, and then they'll be hot. So you'll notice that in the description of most of my videos, I don't always do it, in the description will be a where did I get my section. And it will have, well, that's just a little piece of one. It'll have links. They are affiliate links. But they are things that I get on my own. No one's asking me to advertise their things. That's a little tiny one. I don't know how I feel about him. Let's see. He's got a lot of bacon. It's fine. He'll be fine. We're cooking him anyway. All right, that's that. I'm going to cook the rest of that bacon up. We'll put it in something because probably my belly. But that is that. I've got both kinds of little smokies in there. Tomorrow I will line these out on 2 separate baking sheets. I don't have to do anything to the ones with the sweet Hawaiian crescents on them, except for bake them. And then the bacon wrapped ones, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar on it, just because that's my preference. You don't have to do that, but that's just how we make them in this family. And that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, I am back with my little smokies, and they are already prepared. I am just going to, I love these pop-up parchment sheets. perfect for my little pan. I'll drop a link in the description of where I get mine. But you just put them in your pan, and they fit a regular size cookie sheet. These are a little bit smaller because I'm going to do half and half. But all I'm going to do, I prepared them yesterday, so they're just ready to be baked now. And I'm just going to line them up here on the cookie sheet. And the reason I'm using parchment paper is because it makes cleanup so easy, but it also doesn't allow these little crescents to stick to the pan. So I'm thinking these should all fit on this pan. They are going to puff up a little bit when those crescents cook, so we have to leave a little bit of space, but nothing too crazy. But we'll let those get room temp, and then let's look at the bacon, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these bacon wrapped ones. So I'm putting the seam side of the bacon wrapped ones down. That'll help them kind of stay. These are going to shrink up a little bit when they cook, but that'll help them kind of stay together. And these parchment sheets being a little bit larger than these pans will also help with any grease runoff or anything. Stay in the pan, and then you'll have less cleanup. Okay, now I'm going to grab my brown sugar and then show you what we're going to do from there. Let me move this out of the way. All right, so I've got my brown sugar here, and I am just going to take a spoon, a little bit out, and then I'm actually going to take my fingers and put a little bit of brown sugar on each one of these guys. You don't have to do this. It just gives it a little bit of sweetness, and then this brown sugar will kind of caramelize with that bacon fat when it cooks. And it'll be so yummy delicious. All right, that's that. I've got my little smokies here all ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the bacon wrapped little smokies, and remember I put brown sugar glaze on top of those. So we'll let those be cooking. I've got the oven preheated to 375 for that. And then in the meantime, I'm going to make a dip for our little smokies that have the crescent topping. And for that, you're just gonna need some mayonnaise. Of course, you know I like Duke's, regular sour cream, and some stone ground mustard. So I'm gonna take about a little over 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. Maybe actually 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. All right. I'm making a little bit of a mess here. That's okay. All right, so 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. I'm I'm just going to put that in there for now. And then about 2 tablespoons or so. Well, since I used half a cup of mayonnaise, let's do about 3 tablespoons of this stone ground mustard. And then also about 3 tablespoons of sour cream, heaping tablespoons. Are you making an appearance? Did y'all see CJ trying to sneak in there? He acts like he don't want to be part of this, but we know the truth, right? All right. Let me get a spoon here and stir this up. So that'll make just like a nice little dip for your little smokies. Now you want to keep this refrigerated until it's time to serve it. All right, so I'm going to put that in the refrigerator. I'm going to go ahead and kind of wipe off the edge for presentation's sake. Put a little bit of crescent seal over it. And then we'll put that in the fridge until the little smokies are done and we're ready to serve them. And then we'll put it in the bowl with them. So what I am going to do is place this down in the center of this casserole dish, and then when they are all finished, I will just put the little smokies around, gather them around this dish. So that'll be really cute. And then I've got another dish that's similar that I am going to put my bacon wrapped little smokies in. You know, I had fewer of those. So there we have it. And I'll come back and show you guys once they've come out of the oven how cute they are. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back and I have my little smokies out of the oven. They are nice and golden brown on the little crescents. And I'm going to take my casserole dish and put the dip I made in the center, and then I can surround it with my little smokies. And see, they're nice and golden brown on the bottom. All right, and that is that. And then all good cooks should taste it and make sure that it's good. So I'm going to take this and just dip it right in that little dip there. Oh, good. That's perfect. All right, there you have it. I'll bring you over and show you what it looks like all in the presentation, and then when we get those bacon wrapped ones out, we'll come back and I'll show you that too.